We're sorry for your loss, and welcome to another episode of the Godfather Minute. Oh, it's all right. Take it easy there, Andrew Robinson.
I'm just so broken up, Alex.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Yes, this is a Godfather Minute, and we're talking about minute 154 of the Godfather.
Alex, repeat after me. E minuto.
E minuto.
Numero.
100.
150.
54. 54.
You got it.
All right.
154.
That means 154 in Italian or Sicilian?
Italian.
Okay.
I don't know how to say it in Sicilian.
In minute 154, it's pretty straightforward. Funeral bells ring out as family and business acquaintances gather for the burial of Don Corleone.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, sad day, Alex.
It is a sad day.
But he's in a better place. Do you remember what his pop quiz, do you remember what his last words were?
That's pop talking. What his last words were?
I'm giving you a pop quiz.
His last words were, you spill it.
No, come on.
I don't remember. What were his last words?
No, from the book I'm talking.
Oh, from the book. He said, always, Michael, I want you to remember, always have your friends estimate your kindness.
No.
What is it?
That's what you wanted his last words to be.
What were they?
No, his last words were, I spent time with my family. He was trying to prove, demonstrate that he walked the walk.
He's trying to convince himself that he's not going to hell.
Yeah. No, remember in the book, Puzo wrote that he said, life is beautiful.
Oh, right. Those were his last words. That's right. Did you ever see that movie, Life is Beautiful?
No.
I never did either.
Oh.
It was very big for its time.
Yeah, I remember it was big. It's concentration camps, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's busted. You did see it.
You got me. So we learn from the grave that we see that he died on July 29th, 1953.
Did you give a summary yet?
1955, yeah. Funeral bells ring out, the family gathers.
That's it. Just pretty much
everyone
set up for the funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
1953?
Sorry, 1955. And of course, there's the infamous changed address on his tombstone. Mm-hmm. And the tombstone says April 28th, 1887.
Yeah.
But
Pop's birthday.
As Emperor Hirohito was aware, December 7th, 1901 is the in GF2 is his birthday.
Sonny, you either have to change Pearl Harbor Day or change the date on the mausoleum.
Maybe not now, but 4 years from now. Why did they change the year, I wonder?
Maybe he was. That's a good question because he never lies about his age.
Well, that's Hyman Roth.
Oh, maybe
that's why he said it, because he knew that Don Corleone always lied about his age. So that was a way of sticking it to Michael. Unlike some people, I never lie about my age, and I never have too much cake.
Yeah, Don Corleone always a bigger piece of cake.
So
that'd be great. That's a signal. That's Roth's signal to Tessio, the upcoming traitor in the family. Mm-hmm. It's like, if you see that the birth date has been changed, you know that you need to go through with the meeting.
Wow, that's a real. That's a very. It's expensive. You have to change the tombstone and everything.
Yeah, we got marble workers on the payroll.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there's a lot of Italian craftsmen doing that.
Yeah.
But they had Frank Pentangeli's brother when he came over. I bet they had him do some chiseling and stuff.
The Rosato brothers. That's why Frank Pentangeli can't stand them, because they keep going around changing all the dates on his ancestors' mausoleums.
And they saved the engraving for last.
Yeah. According to the Stones, they made my youngest brother the last. No, they made my oldest brother the last. So this is an odd minute, Alex.
Yeah, it's very somber.
And for the listeners that haven't viewed this minute, it's quite a parade of hearses and old, I guess, black Cadillacs that come streaming in. It's like I guess it's the procession that come into the cemetery, and it's beautiful.
Well,
Beautiful setting.
Coppola specifically said he wanted this to be a big, elaborate thing as a counterpoint to the opening wedding. Like this was sort of the anti-wedding, the kind of sad family thing. So, and I guess it's a testament to. I wonder if the senators and the judges made it, or did they stay away?
The book doesn't say that. Yeah, in the book is Puzo is silent on that.
Yeah.
You know, that's what Puzo means in Italian, silent.
I thought it meant Jaws.
I thought it meant heart and well.
So
but it's an awesome, cool looking procession. Did you notice that all of the chauffeurs, they're synchronized, they get out at the same time and they open the doors for the guests?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Like a musical number.
Exactly. I think we'll talk about it in the bonus content, but this scene in the musical has to be synchronized chauffeurs.
There was also another nice little parallel to the wedding where when they're pulling into the cemetery, all the cars are going by. There's like someone out there taking pictures of them. So I thought that was kind of a nice like echo of that other scene where they're taking their pictures.
Yeah,
the goddamn FBI don't respect nothing.
Those are reporters and FBI agents. Alex Puzo writes about that.
So because that's the camera guys. When Sonny broke the camera, that was newspaper guys, not the FBI. Right?
Correct. I think.
The FBI was just writing down addresses and stuff. Not addresses, license plate numbers.
Yeah.
And so,
I'm sure you did research about this cemetery, about the location. Talk to us.
Well, according to the annotated Godfather, the complete screenplay, the funeral was shot at Calvary Cemetery in Queens. They used 20 limos, 150 extras, and $10,000 worth of flowers.
Wow.
So,
wow. That's a lot of flowers.
That's a lot of money in them flowers.
Especially back then.
Yeah. You'd think Bonacera would have given them like a friends and family discount.
Maybe that was the discount.
Do you think
maybe now that Don is dead, I'm no longer under the thumb of my quote friend, my little friend.
Do you think they went with do we see Bonacera? I don't remember. We don't see him in this minute, but I don't remember if we see him I feel like we have to see him at the funeral.
Gosh, I don't know. I don't think I've only watched this minute. I haven't watched ahead to see other guests at the funeral.
Or do you think, because this is now a couple of years.
Undertaker. He may not be
corpse valet.
Yeah, corpse valet. He may not be a guest.
But I mean, you think he'd be there like as in the business, like he'd be there directing the grave diggers and being the stage manager, the whole thing.
Yeah.
But so it's been like 5 years since Sonny died or something like that. Even more than that. No, let's say about 5 years.
About 5 years.
So I wonder if he maintained, do you think he was satisfied with Bonacera's work and that's why, and they used him again? Or do you think they drifted apart once Bonacera paid his debt and worked his magic on Sonny? Was that it? Were they done?
Well, book spoiler alert, Alex.
Wait, the book is the same as the movie?
No, the book is different than the movie.
The book is different than the movie. The book is different than the movie. The book is different. The book is different. The book is different than the movie. Yeah.
Bonacera is the one who prepares Don Corleone's body.
Ooh.
Yeah. And later on this minute, I'll read from the book about that.
So he, were they the family's funeral director before Bonacera? Before he asked him for the favor?
I don't think so.
Well,
well, maybe they were friends.
Mama is the godmother to their daughter.
Yeah.
So they must have had some relationship prior to this.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, they probably buried like Jenko and.
Yeah.
You would think a funeral director would want to get hooked up with a crime boss because that's like a natural flow of business.
Business is good, Alex.
He could have had Paulie. He could have had...
Paulie, you won't see his corpse no more.
I know. That's because Bonacera does a great job. He's very discreet.
Well, no, that's why Bonacera doesn't want the the Godfather's business, crime family business, because all those bodies have to disappear.
Oh,
he
I
wants
see,
to
yeah.
show he's very prideful. He wants his people to see what a great job
yeah.
he's done.
It's pride messing with him.
They make me hide the bodies.
Suspend the sentence.
They made me go back to the compound to
So
bring
what-
back their bodies.
So what else does how else does the book differ and match up with the movie?
Well, there's a key difference.
K difference.
It has to do with location.
Location.
Alex. Location is everything.
Oh, Michael.
So what do you think is the big difference? That's the hint.
Well, I'm guessing he's buried in Long Island and not in Queens. Is he buried on the property?
He is buried on the property. Whoa. Yeah, and that's where the wake is as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So let me read from the book.
I guess you need a special permit for that, right? But I guess if you're connected,
Permits.
if you have judges and
This
your
is 1950.
if,
1950, and you're the biggest crime syndicate leader in New York City. Yeah, you need a lot of permits.
you got a whole lot of permits.
You got permit problems. You got funeral parlor problems. We can make it all go away.
One of your crime bosses is about to be buried in his backyard.
That's great. We've got people in the pallbearers union ready to do what's necessary. Puzo writes, page 407, the funeral was royal. The 5 families sent their dons and capo regimes, as did the Tessio and Clemenza families. Johnny Fontaine made the tabloid headlines by attending the funeral despite the advice of Michael not to appear.
You do see Johnny in
Yeah.
in the scene. So
Yeah. Why do you think Mikey didn't want him to appear?
probably
because that would count as one of his contract events.
Johnny came and brought like 5 of his Hollywood friends with him, and they're like, "This counts.
yeah.
This counts."
Hey, fellas, if you come to this funeral, it'll be great food and it'll count as part of your contract.
I don't know. Maybe it could be because he thought it would bring unwanted media. Obviously, it brought media attention to it. Or maybe because he wants to keep Johnny, like he wants to distance Johnny from the crime side of things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
But you would think Michael, as the new Don, would want Johnny Fontaine to spend more time with his family.
because
That
his
was
family.
That was one of the core values of Don Vito Corleone.
Wait, so Michael would want Johnny to spend more time with Johnny's family or with Vito's family?
Not the whole, either, but both. They're all his family.
Okay. Because if he stayed home, then he could spend time with his family at home. That's what I thought you meant. That's why he was.
Yeah.
He didn't wind up with Lucy. Oh, right. Lucy wound up marrying the doctor, the vagina doctor.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah, she
connected
did.
with Johnny Fontaine was part of that weird.
That's right.
circle.
And Lucy is here at the wedding.
Is she really?
At the wedding, at the funeral. Yep.
According to the book, or you see her in the
According
movie?
to the book.
Oh, wow. Do you think, I was just saying, do you think her and Sonny, because by now Vincent must be born.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Is Vincent at the wedding?
Hold on.
Well, Sonny's been dead for 5
Yeah,
years. He must
that's
be at
right.
least.
Yeah.
Unless she has some donations in her refrigerator.
Yeah. I wonder if that's just in the movie and it wasn't in the book. I'll have to go back and check that. Puzo writes.
Well, the book doesn't mention anything about her having Sonny's kid, right?
No.
You think that would have come up? So.
No.
So I think that was
Yeah.
an innovation.
Yeah. And it was a great one. Puzo writes, Fontaine gave a statement to the newspapers that Vito Corleone was his godfather and the finest man he had ever known, and that he was honored to be permitted to pay his last respects to such a man and didn't give a damn who knew it. So Johnny disobeying the new Don.
Of the characters we've seen, who else, or that we're going to see, who else do you think is at the funeral? Like, obviously the 5 families. Do you think, is Hyman Roth at the funeral?
Oh, boy. No, I don't think so.
Are crime bosses from as far away as St. Louis there? Kansas City?
Puzo writes that the California crime bosses are there.
Oh, they have a special relationship with the Molinari family.
Yeah.
They're protecting Fredo.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm guessing the ones in particular that had a close relationship with.
Is Enzo the baker there?
Enzo is there.
Enzo is
Nazarene is there with his wife.
So wait, Enzo is the son.
Is the baker. Enzo the baker.
But is Enzo's father-in-law there? His father-in-law.
Yes.
Nazarene.
That's Nazarene.
Nazarene,
Yes.
there you go.
Nazarene is there with his wife.
Is so do you don't think that the Bonacera family is there?
You know what? There's a little section here.
The mama is the godmother to their daughter. It would be funny if they had some woman wearing like a neck brace and she was all like beat up, like she's still wearing she still has all the
oh my gosh. Yeah, you would think that Bonacera would be able to do work on his own daughter to get her looking better after she was all beat up.
Legally, he cannot work on living people
unless she's dead.
It's union problems.
Unless she's dead, you mean?
Yeah, that's the that's the cruel irony.
or she's like, Papa, you use all this funeral makeup on my face, all waxy, you know. Papa,
she just be laying down.
Yeah. She goes on dates and caskets and things.
I think Morticia Adams.
All right, Puzo writes, the wake was held in the house of the mall.
The biggest house of them all.
Yeah, so it's at the compound.
Mm-hmm.
In the old-fashioned style. Amerigo Bonacera had never done finer work, had discharged all obligations by preparing his old friend and godfather as lovingly as a mother prepares a bride for her wedding. So Puzo right, he had discharged all obligations.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Does that mean he's done? Like, this is it?
I think so.
This is the last
He's
officially
he's out of the business.
Oh, okay. You would think that he'd put a clown nose on him if this was his last one because he's untouchable after this, right?
Well, I assume he still wants other business from other people.
Oh, and if he put a clown nose on Don Vito Corleone and a Groucho mustache.
Yeah, people might see that as a sign of disrespect.
Oh.
And you might appeal to a certain clientele, like more lighthearted. If you want a more.
Starts doing circus funerals for all those trapeze artists that fall. Puzo writes,
No money in that white makeup.
So this is about Bonacera. Everyone commented on how not even death itself had been able to erase the nobility and the dignity of the great Don's countenance, and such remarks made Amerigo Bonacera fill with knowing pride, a curious sense of power. Only he knew what a terrible massacre death had perpetrated on the Don's appearance.
Sheesh.
It's I never really thought about how a funeral, or a mortician, not a funeral director.
Right.
How the mortician has this really power. It's the last person who will interact with that look, the true deathly figure, right?
Yeah, you get to present the way the person will last be seen.
Yeah.
Even with a closed casket, you're still presenting like the symbol of them or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Power.
Yeah. Power.
Do you think Bonacera was like, I always wanted to be the one shoveling the dirt. You know what I mean? Because he's because ultimately now the Don is his Bonacera's puppet because Bonacera can do whatever he wants with him. So really Bonacera's the one pulling the strings.
He's the one pulling the strings. Mikey, I thought you could be a mortician, corpse ballet someday. Governor Corleone, Senator Corleone, corpse ballet, Corleone. That's great.
What else you got in the book?
All the old friends and servitors came. Nazarene, his wife, his daughter, and her husband and their children. Lucy Mancini.
They don't mention Enzo.
It was like the red carpet. They don't mention Enzo. Yeah, sorry about that. I misspoke before. It's like the red carpet. Lucy Mancini came with Freddie from Las Vegas.
Oh.
Papa! Tom Hagen and his wife and children. The Dons from San Francisco and L.A., Boston, and Cleveland. Rocco Lampone and Albert Neri were pallbearers with Clemenza and Tessio, and of course the sons of the Don. The mall and all its houses were filled with floral wreaths.
So the sons of the Don. So the pallbearers are Tessio, Clemenza, Michael, Fredo, Al Neri, and Rocco.
Yeah. Okay. Is it always 6?
I think so.
Yeah. Do you think Don Corleone, like Brando, did as a gag when he came out of the hospital, put a bunch of sandbags in there?
That was his request to Bonacera. He's like, well, make sure you put a lot of sandbags.
And then he said, life is beautiful. Those were his
pranks are beautiful.
Bonacera, I want you to do 2 more favors for me. I want you to weigh my casket down with sandbags. It'll be a great outgoing prank. And then I want you to embalm me with Sanka, the greatest decaffeinated beverage known to man. Life is beautiful.
I'll have no trouble resting in peace thanks to Sanka.
Those are all dark ad. No, you can rest in peace too.
It's like, then he leans back, like a Dracula. He like leans back into the casket.
I can't believe we're still talking about Sanka. Those are the first few minutes of the film, Alex.
I know, it's crazy.
Remember? Wow.
Well, I guess the funeral brought back Bonacera, which inevitably brings back Sanka.
That's true, yeah. Puzo writes, outside the gates
of hell, the Don waited.
Outside the gates of the mall were the newspapermen and photographers and a small truck that was known to contain FBI men with their movie cameras recording this epic. So disrespectful. Some newspapermen who tried to crash the funeral inside found that the gate and fence were manned with security guards who demanded identification and an invitation card. And though they were treated with the utmost courtesy, refreshments sent out to them, they were not permitted inside. They tried to speak with some of the people coming out, but were met with stony stares and not a syllable.
Do you think that was Mikey making a conscious difference than Sonny? Because as you recall, in the beginning of the movie, Sonny smashes the newspapermen's cameras and all that stuff. But now Mikey's kind of like,
oh yeah,
like don't ask, don't insist.
Yeah. I want them left alone.
Yeah.
What? Mike, why do you tell me to lay down on the FBI? Or do you think it's the FBI agents that end up babysitting Frank Pentangeli? They're the ones inside this van.
Oh.
They're inside the van playing hearts.
They're in the van, and then they overhear Frankie talking to someone. He's like, yeah, I love playing hearts. And they're like, we got to turn that guy. We need a 4th for our hearts, our floating hearts game.
Yeah. Yeah, and all the FBI hears Frank Fantanzi, all the little tells he has, and all of the, not just the hearts tells, but all of his little idiosyncrasies.
Yeah.
Like he hears Frankie complaining that his older brother, the date was changed on the mausoleum. That's how they know immediately when his older brother is brought back from Sicily. There's a problem. You got a problem.
So speaking of the gravestone there for a second, I noticed it just says Corleone, Vito, and then the dates. It's not one of those things where they like
Vito.
Well, I assume. Do you think Mama is it? I assume this is a family plot that ultimately Mama and theoretically children could very well be buried in, but there's no, how when you go to sometimes you'll see a cemetery, it'll have the name of the other person, but they won't have the death dates or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's always super creepy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Death awaits. Follow me. Well, you asked if it's a family plot. It's definitely a family plot. It starts with the wedding of Connie. It goes into how Michael gets sucked in.
You can never lose your family plot.
It's about family. At the end of this whole thing, this whole experiment we're doing now, this whole thing, I'm going to ask you in 1 minute, how would you describe...
You're going to ask me in a minute, or you're going to ask me
I'm going to ask you to explain, maybe in one sentence, what the movie or the story The Godfather is about.
At the end?
Don't say it now. At the end.
It's about... Okay.
Don't do it now. I want you to think about it.
Right.
It's a concept capsule.
Just don't tell me you're innocent.
All right, Puzo writes. We got some other good stuff here.
What you got there?
Michael Corleone spent so this is some background information that's not in the movie. Michael Corleone spent most of the day in the corner library room. So again, this whole thing is on the compound. That's why it's different. Michael Corleone spent most of the day in the corner library room with Kay, Tom Hagen, and Freddie. People were ushered in to see him to offer their condolences. Michael received them with all courtesy, even when some of them addressed him as Godfather or Don Michael, only Kay noticing his lips tighten with displeasure.
Huh, why don't they like that?
That's why I was going to ask you. The only thing I can think of is because this is still kind of like he wants to start going legit. And he doesn't want to be thought. He doesn't want it to get out.
But I mean, they must have they been calling him that this whole time?
I mean, they have, and I guess this is private quarters, so it would seem okay. But
and they call him Don Michael.
Don Michael, yeah. By the way, I just thought of my Garbage Pail Kid for this episode.
Don't spoil it. I think it's interesting that they call him Don Michael, but not Don Corleone.
Yeah, Don Michael. Yeah.
I guess as a way, you have to differentiate your reign from the previous reign?
Yeah.
So he was the original Don Corleone. So everyone else now has to have a different name.
Yeah. They should, like the popes, they should take on a new name.
Or it should be like Don Vito II, Don Corleone the second, Don Corleone the Lesser.
Yeah.
Or it could be they even like give themselves
creepy.
like a title, like Don Corleone the Great. And then we were like
based
Michael.
on something they did.
Yeah.
Their reputation. Yeah. Like if Sonny had become the Don, he would have been Don Corleone the Terrible.
Right, exactly.
Or Don Corleone the Hot Tempered.
I don't think he was a terrible Don. I think Tom was a terrible consigliere.
It's always creepy when you're reading history and you come across a name and their official nickname. Mm-hmm. It's just weird, like Pope, whatever the Thoughtful, and you just wonder, like, well, how did that person get that name?
Right, PR, I imagine.
Yeah. What would Fredo's Don name be?
Be Fredo no, I guess I would say Fredo the Weak.
Oh, Don Fredo the Weak. Oh, man. Don Fredo, or maybe to overcompensate, he would be Don Fredo the Respected.
Don Fredo the Smart. Not like everyone says, the Smart.
Oh, that's the whole thing?
Yeah.
Don Fredo the Smart, not like everyone says. Put that on your tombstone. Here we go. Puzo writes,
yes,
Clemenza and Tessio came to join this inner circle, and Michael personally served them with a drink.
Oh.
There was some gossip of business. Michael informed them that the mall and all its houses were to be sold to a development and construction company at an enormous profit.
Oh.
Still another proof of the great Don's genius.
So that's different than the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because in the movie, we know that it goes to, maybe at this point, they're planning on doing that, but then Frank Pantangeli comes in and buys it.
Maybe.
Because remember, he says, oh, I'm glad it never went to strangers.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Or maybe that's how we met frank Pantangeli.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he's not in this movie because he's not even in crime.
Yeah, just like a, what would his job be? If
maybe he was the realtor. Oh, he'd be a great realtor. And over here we got the second bathroom.
Like he's just making it up like he's never been in the house before. Yeah. Chich, what is this room? Sunroom.
Oh, and he always drinks from the hose. That's how he tests the water quality.
So he's also the one who sold them the Tahoe house.
Yeah.
So he's just making sure the water is good at the Tahoe house. Hey, you like moving in? Do you like it? You like the neighborhood?
That's great. He says, oh, sure. These guys came and they said, yeah, we need 3,000 square feet. We need 3 bathrooms. I said, sure.
Well, we really like you, Frank. Do you want to come? Do you want to have dinner with us? I got my own family. Oh, sorry. Frankie, what's going on? The deal is stuck in proxy, in inspection proxy. Mikey, why do you ask me to lay down?
He's the worst realtor. Would he be a good realtor?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he would be a good realtor.
So, Frankie, what did you think of that music I just played? I don't like the C note.
Oh, nice. Nice one.
Thanks.
How about when a new client comes into Frankie's office and he goes, "Who are you?" And, "Say hello to Michael," or Michael Corleone says hello.
Well, I think we did. I think we used every line of his dialogue in some other context.
Exactly. Oh, we didn't do the whole. Did you say save the gambling for last? We did that one.
No,
right?
we didn't do that.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay.
How else is the book different than the movie?
Puzo writes, they all understood that now the whole empire would be in the West, that the Corleone family would liquidate its power in New York.
It's the story of America.
Yeah.
Slowly moving west.
Go west, young Don. Such action had been awaiting the retirement or death of the Don. And the last part of the book I wanted to highlight, Alex, is this last section that you referenced at the beginning of the minute. Puzo writes, it was nearly 10 years since there had been such a celebration of people in this house. Nearly 10 years since the wedding of Constanzia Corleone and Carlo Rizzi. So somebody said. Michael walked to the window.
Wait, what does that mean? So somebody said.
I don't know.
Like they were allegedly married 10 years ago, or that was the last time it was this festive?
I think the latter. Or someone maybe mentioned that it was 10 years ago. Yeah, it's very odd. Comma. So somebody said. That should just be omitted.
Congratulations on your so-called anniversary.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I guess no one can officially say it because, maybe they were never officially married. Whoa, that would put a wrinkle on things.
Well, plus the ink's not even dry in her divorce.
Yeah, she'd been married before. That's why. Michael walked to the window that looked out on the garden. That long time ago, he had sat in the garden with Kay, never dreaming that so curious a destiny was to be his. And his father, dying, had said, "Life is beautiful." Michael could never remember his father ever having uttered a word about death, as if the Don respected death too much to philosophize about it.
Keep your death close.
Keep your death close. And buonasera, your breath closer. Well, that's all I got from the book, Alex.
I was just going to ask something about that, but I got thrown off by the idea that Bonacera has bad breath.
You think he has death breath?
Death breath.
Is that
anything?
his,
I would think Bonacera would have impeccable breath. I think he would have mints handy and ready to go. I think he would. He's always like.
But they'd be all old traditional Sicilian mints that last for 20 seconds. Not like the new chemical ones.
Why are you so judgmental about Sicilian mints? You're so like, Sicilian mints.
Alex, come on. Look me straight in the eye and tell me Sicilian mints last more than a minute.
What country do you go to for your mints?
Maybe Morocco.
Morocco?
Yeah, they have a lot of mint tea.
Huh.
And it's a cooling herb.
I think I would go with England. They're Altoids. Altoids are made in England, so that's what I would go with. I want a British.
You want British breath?
British breath.
Okay.
Smell like fish and chips.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I have to say, maybe the strangest question I will have ever been asked in this life is, what country would I go to for my mints? Isn't there a city, Minsk?
There is a city called Minsk.
Oh, I was going to try to make a joke about that. Russia? Was it Russia?
I think
Minsk.
I don't know. I'm thinking of Helsinki.
That would have been a good comeback. Yeah, of course I'd go to.
Yeah. I know like a Minsk. What other flavor you got?
I know like a Minsk. What other city I go to?
Yeah, I was going to say you could go to the Denver. Denver has a mint, and Philadelphia has a mint.
Oh, nice.
Should we rate this minute?
Let's rate it.
Yeah. We were coming off of strings of 4s and 5s.
Yeah, I do like the look of I love the procession entering the cemetery. It's very somber. It's a beautiful day. It's so Queens, though. It's so Queens, New York. You could see the highway in the background.
Yeah, totally.
I remember growing up and driving through parts of the city and parts of Westchester, and every now and then you'd pass a cemetery, and it just seems so out of place amongst all the apartment buildings and everything.
Yeah.
it always struck me as odd.
I guess they were probably started when it was a lot more spread out.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, the city encroached onto the
Yeah. Okay, I think I got mine.
All right, I'm ready. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2,
3.
All right.
Did you stop at 2?
I stopped at 2.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, it's, it's a transition minute.
Placeholder.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that there's anything wrong with it, but just on the scale of things, it's like, this is a catch your breath kind of minute.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you with the British breath again.
This is a catch your breath kind of mint.
Movies by Mint.
All right, well, I guess that'll wrap up minute 153.
4.
I forgot. I lost track of where we are.
I think 177 is the last one.
All right, everyone. Until next time. You're spilling it.